there's a masked maniac roaming. Others say the media is spreading false stories that only further propagate fear. The chief of police issues a press conference where he states that the odors and symptoms may have been the result of pollutants or toxic waste released by nearby industrial plants. They speculate that the chemical and can both induce symptoms similar to those reported. In response, Atlas Imperial, the factory closest to the town, denies the allegations, stating they only had a few gallons of the aforementioned chemicals, all of which were secured. Eventually, the reports cease, and the town returns to normality. In our first draft of this video, that's where it ended. But things felt, too in the air. Was it really a case of mass hysteria? Like, what were the odors and why did so many people report the same sequence of events within such close times of each other? That's when I dug deeper. Way back in the depths of the search engine, behind a paywall and buried in an article from 2003, an explanation appears. Author Scott Maruna had been following the case for the past 2 years, interviewing old residents of the town, digging up newspaper articles from the local archive, when finally, a person of interest. The legend goes that the grocer in the community was a well-respected man, but his son was an outcast, so he leaves for university to get a chemistry degree, then returns and spends most of his time in a lab he builds on the family property. A few days before the first gas attack, residents report a small explosion coming from the property. This narrows things down to a specific chemical called nitromethane, which has a few characteristics. 1, it's highly volatile. 2, it's sweet smelling. And 3, it causes nausea, burning of the mouth, swelling of the lips. From here, residents and police began suspecting it's the grocer's boy, so they set up surveillance on the kid, but the attacks continue, so they write him off. One resident who grew up at the time claims he enlisted his sister's help in an attempt to clear his name before wrapping up the entire thing. They believe he wanted to blow up the town. All in all, the family eventually places the young man in a mental institution where he remains for the rest of his days.